Summer returns to the northwestern half of Texas today, while the southeastern half of the state, more rain, more storms, more chance for flooding. Let's talk about in this Tuesday edition of the Texas Weather Roundup.
Thank you to Storm Pro Solution for sponsoring today's Texas Weather Roundup. You can find them on the web at stormprosolution.com.
Good morning. It's Tuesday, the 23rd of July, 2024. I'm Texas Storm Chasers Bully-in-Chief David Reimer, and yes, more rain is in the forecast. I mean, it's been raining most of the night across parts of the hill country, south central Texas, but if you're in the southeastern third, southeastern half of the state, well, it's going to be raining most of the week, to be completely honest with you. Yeah, there'll be breaks, but it's looking pretty wet. And no, this has nothing to do with a hurricane, a tropical blob, anything like that. It's just kind of the weather pattern we're in. Heat domes off on the west coast, and we're kind of nudged into just a pattern that favors some lift and continued chances for precipitation. But unlike yesterday, we are going to start seeing things shift into the southeastern half of the state. Here's the high-res rapid refresh model as we go through today, tonight, until Wednesday. You can see clouds and scattered to at times numerous showers and thunderstorms, southeastern third to southeastern half of the state. You can see it is not going to be pleasant beach weather along the Texas Gulf Coast with multiple waves of showers and thunderstorms. We are expecting some of these storms to be capable of producing gusty winds, small hail, lightning. Can't rule out some tropical funnel clouds either. That's just where we have a lot of moisture in the air, and sometimes that is enough to kick out a funnel cloud or two. We saw something like that yesterday. Otherwise, flooding with the potential for 2 to 4 inches of rain per hour under one of these slow-moving heavy storms. So we're going to have to be mindful of that, and flash flood warnings as well as we continue through today, tonight, and, well, into Wednesday. And you can see northwestern half of the state, generally light winds. Those arrows you see are wind directions. You can see it's going to be sunny, mostly dry. Can't completely rule out a pop-up shower or storm, but definitely more summer-like today and tomorrow. Here's the wildfire outlook from the Texas A&M Forest Service. You can see low to moderate fire danger continues today and tomorrow, starting to tick up a bit now as we get towards later in the week, with temperatures in the 90s to low triple digits returning to parts of the Big Bend and the Trans-Pecos. So we'll have to be mindful of that. Otherwise, as we continue through the week and towards the weekend, the long-range American Weather Model global forecast system, guess what? What we have today and tomorrow is what we're going to have for the rest of the week. Scattered showers and thunderstorms, southeastern third of the state, Texas Gulf Coast, into parts of East Texas, even extending at times back into south central Texas, the hill country, central Texas, north Texas, though far less frequent and widespread than near the coast. You could see some heavy rain at times along the lower, middle, and upper Texas Gulf Coast. Maybe a pop-up shower or two as we get into the afternoon hours on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday across the Panhandle, West Texas, and the borderland. Here are the forecast rain totals over the next 5 days across the state. This is 7 a.m. this morning through 7 a.m. Sunday, the 28th of July. You can see, yes, Sir Bob, if you're in the southeastern half of the state, it is going to rain. We're looking at the potential of rainfall amounts 3 to 6 inches along the southeast Texas Gulf. Let's just do it this way. Upper Texas Gulf Coast, Middle Texas Gulf Coast, Golden Triangle, Southeast Texas, Coastal Plains, Coastal Bend. Closer you are to the coast, higher your rain totals are probably going to be. As you can see, the model data really honing in on the coast for multiple rounds of heavy rain over the next few days. And there is the potential that someone from, Freeport, Galveston Island, the Bolivar Peninsula, up towards, Beaumont, could end up with nearly 10 inches of rain by the time we get into the weekend. And, flooding. Yeah, it's probably going to be a thing. Street flooding, rises on creeks, streams, and bayous. Notice the potential for, let's just say 2 to 5 inches of rain. Coastal Bend, Coastal Plains, parts of South Texas, Rio Grande Valley, Rio Grande Plains, Southeast Texas inland, parts of the Brazos Valley and East Texas, even parts of the Edwards Plateau and Hill Country. We could see an inch or two of rain over the next several days. I mean, we're getting that this morning. We could see more at times over the next few days. But again, it is not going to constantly rain in most locations. I mean, unless you're on the Southeast Texas Gulf Coast, that y'all may be more rain than not over the next 5 days. And then we'll probably start to switch it up back towards a summer pattern for the southeastern half of the state as we get towards next week. High temperature forecast over the next several days, well, with clearing skies and lower rain chances across the northwestern half of the state. Temperatures back into the 90s this afternoon. 92 in Wichita Falls, 94 in Vernon, 93 in Childress, and 90 in Amarillo, at 94 in Borger. Oh, down to the Permian Basin, upper 80s for Midland, Odessa, 92 in Abilene, about 90 to 91 in DFW, 94 there in Graham, 87 in Texarkana and Tyler, about 87 as well in Houston, 86 in Galveston, 88 in Corpus Christi, 87 in Brownsville, 91 in McAllen, about 94 this afternoon in Laredo. Tomorrow, temperatures approaching the upper 90s across northwest Texas, the Big Country, up into the Panhandle, West Texas, the Permian Basin, and the borderland around El Paso, but with rain chances and cloud cover continuing across East Texas, the Golden Triangle, Southeast Texas, coastal plains, highs only in the low to mid 80s, so not bad at all. You could see, we might see some uptick in rain chances a little further inland on Thursday. Otherwise, I mean, same story. We're going to see upper 90s, maybe low triple digits, Panhandle, Northwest Texas, the Big Country, West Texas, the Permian Basin, into the Concho Valley, Northwest Texas, Texoma, North Texas, but highs in the upper 70s to 80s. East Texas, Southeast Texas, the Golden Triangle, the Brazos Valley, the coastal plains, back into South Central Texas, 97 in El Paso. And again, if you end up with a storm in your area by Thursday afternoon, even if it's in the 90s, that'll knock things down to the 70s. Same story on Friday, and then Saturday, well, things warming back up. Southeast Texas, the Golden Triangle, we're generally, let's just say it this way, southeastern half of the state, upper 80s to lower 90s for high temperatures. Northwestern half of Texas, low to mid 90s up towards about 100 degrees. Taking a look at the upper level pattern from the European weather model, this is just a way to see what the pattern shaping up to be. We'll let this loop start over and replay. As you can see, as we get into today, heat dome, west coast of the United States. That's going to break down later this week. Storm system coming into NorCal. That may actually be another dry lightning outbreak. And then as we get into early next week, we're going to start seeing that heat dome relocate to the central and southern United States, likely starting to diminish our rain chances while bringing a return to more summer-like traditional weather to the state of Texas, which means highs back up towards normal or above normal, which will be upper 90s to triple digits. For what it's worth, we do not have any indications that the Atlantic tropical basin is going to start heating up again in the next 10 days, which is good, but that should not be taken as an indication that we are done, as July showed with, well, Alberto, Burl, and Chris, 2 of 3 directly impacting Texas. Yeah, we're going to have to keep a close eye on the tropics, but for now, the calm before the storm, because probably the second half of August, if not maybe, the second week of August onward through September, probably going to go hyperactive again. So we'll have to watch for that. But enjoy the nicer weather while you can this week. I guess if you count rain as nicer weather, it's a trade-off. It can either be, dry with temperatures in the 90s or rainy with temperatures in the 70s and 80s. Take your pick. That'll be it for your Tuesday edition of the Texas Weather Roundup. As always, we thank you for tuning in on the Texas Weather Center YouTube channel. If you appreciate our content, hit that big old thumbs up button. That really helps us out with the magical algorithm. And hey, if you want to stick around and get these updates every day, hit that subscribe button to get notified when we publish new Texas Weather Roundups, live severe weather coverage, and more. And as always, you can find us on the web, TexasStormChasers.com. We'll have the next roundup out bright and early Wednesday. Y'all make it a great one. As always, God bless.